If you're a video editor in 2026 and you're not using AI in your workflow, you will be replaced. Not by the AI itself, but by the creators who are using AI in their editing workflow to edit faster and better. Today we're gonna show you how to amplify your footage with AI directly inside Premiere Pro.
We are gonna be showing you how our full-time video production company uses AI in our workflow to charge more for our edits and edit faster. Specifically, how we automate some of the most time-consuming parts of post-production. Starting with Chat Video Pro workflow number 1, the story cutter. This workflow leverages the latest AI tools and saves you hours of time from having to manually watch hours of footage. It can instantly find the best sound bites and place them right at your playhead inside Premiere Pro automatically for you. All right, so we're right here inside of Premiere Pro. As you can see, I have Chat Video Pro open and I have some footage of a tutorial here on the timeline. In order to take advantage of what this powerful workflow has, the very first thing you need to do is add all of your footage to a story cutter timeline. So all I've already done at this point is brought in all of the A-roll of the person talking here about the tutorial, as well as the screen recording, and I've already synced them up because when Chat Video Pro makes its selection, it's going to bring both of the angles here. And I've put it all onto this Premiere Pro timeline. What you want to do now is go up to the text window, and you can find it from Window, Text Panel. And so to get this to Chat Video Pro, what you want to do is click the 3 little dots here, export as a transcript file. This is important. So we're going to export it as a transcript. I like to save it in the Documents folder. If you're using our project folder system, this helps you keep your footage really organized and creates folders automatically for you for everything that you need. Now, switching over to Chat Video Pro, you can find this from Window Extensions Chat Video Pro, and it'll open it up here. Right here from the home screen, you can see the main model selector, and we have some of the best AI models here, like GPT 5.2 Thinking at the time, Claude 4.6 Sonnet, and Gemini 3.1 Pro. And you can see here, these are the different conversation starters inside Chat Video Pro. We want the story cutter, which is gonna help us edit our video here. So let's click the story cutter button. Now, the first thing it's going to do is it's gonna ask you some quick questions to help understand the goals of the video, and this is going to give it the context that it needs to actually cut something for you. So the very first thing you have to do here is it's telling you to upload your transcript that we just created here. So if you click this little attach button, we can see the story cutter timeline that we just created. And as you can see, it's generating here and it's attached. At any point in time when there's a transcript attached, you're gonna see this little purple icon. If you hover over it, you can see that this allows you to connect it to the source timeline of where the footage is. This tells Chat Video Pro what timeline has all of the footage on it and will help it sync to your new timeline. So in this case, the timeline that needs to be linked to is actually the story cutter timeline. Now we just want to give as much context as we can about what the goal of the video is and how the tool should edit it. So you can use the voice dictation mode here, which will allow you to just speak to it. The ideal runtime should be 5 minutes long, optimized for YouTube, and it will be an educational tutorial. The video should start with an engaging hook and call to action at the end. So you want to give it that important information. What it's mostly looking for is your ideal runtime, the platform that it'll be on, so we can choose the best way to cut it for that platform. Let's choose our model. I'm gonna go for Claude on this video, and let's send the prompt. What you'll see here, it's now going and looking at your transcript and figuring out how to make the best video about it. As you can see here, there's this little thinking card, and if you click this open, you can see exactly what it's doing. The first time you run a transcript, it takes a little bit longer as it's really digesting all the information, but you can track what it's doing here. As you can see here, it's now arranging the final story cut. This is the last step. Now it's streaming in the rough cut. So clicking the soundbite takes you to the moment on the timeline where the soundbite happens, but clicking the little down arrow actually inserts that soundbite right here at your playhead. So if I click it,
If you're a real estate video editor in 2026 and you're not using
it actually places it right here on the timeline for you. So if you wanted to, you could read through this and sort of cherry pick every soundbite that you wanted to pass on to the next step. But the really cool thing about it is you can read through, it gives you explanations on why it chose certain sound bites. It even includes in here visual breaks for montages or title cards for each area. And you can see it's broken it down by the segments of this tutorial. If you scroll all the way down here to the bottom, you can see this insert rough cut button. So if I delete that here and click this insert rough cut button, as you can see, it's actually cutting the video for me. And this is what's insane about this. As you can see, it's actually placed 6.5 minutes of footage here on the timeline, and it's made these little title cards above the clips, which shows you the sections of the video that the AI recommends. and it actually correlates here to the sections inside of the transcript here. And what's really awesome, it already builds in these visual breaks. You can watch this and continue to iterate with it if you want to make any improvements. So this video that it placed here starts with a hook, then it gets into the meat of the video where it's talking about the sky replacement. And as you can see here above, it has markers for all the different sections of the video. It talks about sky replacement and then style transfer, transitions. So everything that the tutorial went over, it's properly identified here and placed it on the timeline. And what's really cool, since we synced our footage before we inserted the rough cut, you can see that it has the screen recording and the A-roll dialogue. So that's really awesome. It can help you maintain your multicam footage across this process. So let's run a selects pass and see what kind of output we get with no special filter. And for this test, I'm gonna go ahead and use Gemini. Let's choose that and let's just send the selects pass. So as you can see here, it's scanning through the transcript and it's going to go through in these chunks and it's going to find the best moments across the whole timeline and insert them instantly here. As we can see here, we got a whole bunch of selects. It's labeled each one of the groups of what the selects are going to be. So let's scroll down to the bottom and insert that rough cut. It's found 54 selects here. And whenever you insert it, as you can see here, it says hooks. These are all the hook moments, value in AI real estate video here. So it's grouped them all so you could quickly scan through and find the moments that you're looking for. They found all these sound bites and grouped them into these different categories like call to actions. This is super helpful. If you know what you're looking for, you can run a selects pass for something in particular and find it instantly. Another good way to use the selects pass, if you don't want to just put everything on the timeline here, you can still use this insert one at a time button. So if you're looking around and you see a call to action that you want, all you have to do is click that little insert button. It'll put that soundbite directly on the timeline. So in our workflow, we tend to like to have a string out, which is what we have here with the story cutter timeline, where you have all of the footage preserved. And it's important too to not move things around in this timeline, otherwise it'll break the transcript. You'll have to generate a new one. For every video project, we go through this workflow of string out to selects to rough cut. Well, now we don't have to spend hours creating the selects. We can generate them in less than 2 minutes and have them all right here on the timeline. The best thing about this workflow and why I think it fits into many creators' workflows is the fact that you're still in full creative control and can edit the video however you'd like and use this tool to speed up your process. So if we did / here social clip, if you leave it empty like this, it's just going to scan the transcript and find the best, most viral moment that it can turn into a social clip. And again, let's try out a different model. Let's try GPT 5.2 thinking for this one. Let's run that. So feel free to experiment with the different models. We wanted to give you access to the very best. That way, each one has its own strengths. We created Chat Video Pro to help ourselves as editors. We're just like you. We have the same pain points. So this tool was built by editors for editors. Every tool that we put in here has been vetted by us and is actually being used in real post-production workflows. So social clip came back. As you can see here, it says hook, value, call to action. That's a pretty straightforward format. It would be best for reels, shorts, and it's 60 seconds. So let's insert this and see what we got.
If you're a real estate video editor in 2026 and you're not using AI in your workflow, you will be replaced by the creators who do.
So what's cool about this is it's placed everything onto the timeline here. If we wanted to expand any section, we still have full creative control if we wanted to make this section longer or whatever we want to do. It's just going to find some of the best moments that it recommends and get you started here, overcoming that creative roadblock of not knowing how to edit or how to start the edit. This speeds you up exponentially. The third tool inside is a story cutter that can be really helpful in your workflow is the top 5 sound bites. What this is going to do is it's going to look through the entire transcript to try to find the top 5 moments, and it'll give you descriptions of what's good about them and how to use them. So the first sound bite that it found is a hook, and it's a bold statement, so it tells you why it works and what platforms it might be good with. So it's saying it could go really well on TikTok or Instagram. The next one is a struggle and consequence scenario. It's saying this can be good for shorts and LinkedIn, that type of thing. So game-changing visual result. This was like a really exciting moment from the tutorial, and a call to action exclusive offer. So this is a way to somehow mine the gold inside of your transcript. It's a way that you can quickly get a bunch of cool clips to maybe share with your client and add more value to your deliverables. And this output cost 2 cents. So it was at $4.66. So yeah, 2 cents, and we got top 5 moments that would make our clients happy.
So let's get into workflow number 2. Now we can do high-level budget effects in just a couple of minutes with a couple of dollars. When you go out and you have a day like this where it's like really bland, you know, your client's not gonna like that. So let me show you how to go from this bland sky to now this golden hour sky. It keeps everything the same, it just adapts your footage to now a golden hour lit environment. So let me show you how to do that very quickly. So what you want to do is start a new chat in Chat Video Pro, and then you're going to go in here, import your selected frame by clicking this export current frame button. This will bring the current frame from your video timeline into the Chat Video Pro dialog box. And then you're going to want to go ahead and choose one of the image models that you have. We have all the latest and greatest right now. The really good ones are Grok, GPT image 1.5, nano per nano pro, and then you can go ahead and you can reframe your aspect ratio, but I'm gonna keep it 16:9, and I'm gonna change the resolution to 2K, you know, because this isn't gonna be the final output. This is going to be your reference image. So 2K images is less than 10 cents. If you wanna do 4K, it's about 15 cents. 1K is less than that. So if you're doing iteration with image generation, you can do just any resolution you want, and just keep in mind, it's just a reference image that's going to be put into a video. So it's not the final output anyway. So it's basically a storyboard for your video completion. So I like to iterate with the 2K image because it saves me money, but then you can also do a variation of, if you want to send one prompt and get 4 variations back, it will do that. It'll send the same image with 4 different variant prompts, and it'll give you back 4 different options to choose from if you want to wide shotgun spread it. But for me, I'm just gonna do one image because it's pretty good a lot, like 99% of the time. So then the more refined your prompt, the better. But if you give it a simple prompt like turn this image into a cinematic golden hour, should do the trick. So I'll go ahead and send that. As you can see, it's going to modify the reference image with Nano Banana Pro, and it's going to give back to me here in a second this golden hour cinematic aerial drone shot. So see, it's preparing the prompt and it's generating the image. So like I said, it's generating. I can go back to my timeline and keep working. I don't have to stop, go to a web-based app and break my flow. I can get back into doing sound design, or I can keep cutting my story cut. That's just one of the many benefits that Chat Video Pro offers. So as you can see, it takes less than a minute, and then boom, we get a golden hour shot of this exact same environment. So what you're gonna wanna do is click this import selected clip from Premiere Pro timeline button. Make sure you have your clip selected. That's going to import that entire clip right here. I can do it one of 2 ways. I can do it in the chat dialog box, where I can just add optional reference image, which would be this one, and I can click it here, and I could like make it look like this. But I'm gonna show you how to do it with a more fine-tuned control. You click this pen tool right here. This will take you to the video to video VFX workflow. So click this pen tool, and then now I am in the Kling 03 video to video VFX. This advanced editor has a lot of different options. What we want to do is add our recent generation with the sky replacement as a reference image at image 1. You see that? Now I'm going to say change the scene of the video to look like, and then I'm going to at reference image 1. So now you can see that it is hyperlinked to reference image 1. So it's going to change the scene of the video to look like reference image 1. And so you can see as we play through this, there's this gray sky video, but I want to make it look like at image 1, right? So then I'll just click edit video. Then it'll just quickly generate and start changing the sky. Once again, I can just get back to my edit. And the cool part about Chat Video Pro is you can go in and see all of your spending in the usage dashboard. You can see that down to the penny, how much it costs to do a video to video VFX sky replacement. And so this is great. So if you're going to bid a commercial or residential project for a real estate agent, you can say, yeah, I could change the sky. It's gonna cost me this. And you can build that into your invoices, knowing and predicting how much it's going to cost you, how much time it's going to take you, and be very predictive on your pricing. And now you can charge more for your deliverables. So you can see it's inside the panel. I'll just go ahead and play it back, preview. Beautiful. Looks awesome, golden now, perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and click done. It's going to bring it into this thread, and all I have to do is click download, choose the project file I want to keep it in, save it to my project, immediately imports it, and then I'll just bring it on my timeline. And so there again, within a couple of minutes, you can see I did another sky replacement. So gray to great, seamless sky replacement, beautiful. And then it costs this. And then you can see the application is endless. You can go day to night. Another cool thing is if you have a property and you're a real estate video editor or in any application, you can change the environment. So not only can you change the sky, if I have this really unaesthetic trash can in the middle of my beautiful front yard, or it's going to be a beautiful front yard of $1 million home and I don't want a dumpster, I want to showcase what it's going to look like, I can do a lawn replacement. Look at this. This is video to video lawn replacement. And now I have a beautifully crafted landscaping. And then back to the dumpster. Like, you don't have to worry about moving the dumpster out of the way or moving the trash cans out of the way. You can literally do scene edit, deletion, or modification or amplification with video to video VFX. It's just a game changer. Another instance you can do is change the seasons. So we have this awesome video of this cool Can-Am. It's an all-terrain vehicle, and then we want to change the seasons. Let's go to the desert, or let's go to the snow, and then back. So it's like you can go from original source image, keeping the product completely consistent. Now it's in a different environment. Now it's in the desert, and now it's in the snow environment. So this is just so game changers. Like, imagine having to go to these different climates and trying to figure out, okay, do we have the budget to fly to Arizona and then the budget to fly to Colorado to get these different environments for Can-Am? No, you can do it inside your computer in a couple of minutes inside Premiere Pro. Change the scenes instantly. So video to video VFX has totally revolutionized the workflow for creators that want to amplify and deliver value for their clients.
All right, guys, now let me show you workflow number 3, AI transitions. And this one is really cool. There's so many use cases when you're using AI to transition from one scene to another, and allows you to transition between footage that would normally never be able to transition between. So let me show you a couple examples of how you can use this in real world use cases. So Jake showed you a minute ago how we could transform this scene to golden hour. Let me show you how you can spice it up even more with some really exotic effects. So I've been seeing these effects online where they have a helicopter pulling a tarp off a house to reveal it. Let me show you how to do that with this clip. So again, we want to bring in the reference clip into Chat Video Pro, and what we're going to do is we're going to create the scene where the chopper is covering up the house. So let's switch over to Nano Banana for image generation, and let's tell it, make this house covered up by a tarp being held by a helicopter hovering above the house. All right, so we got our image back and it looks pretty epic. We have a military helicopter covering up this house, and it looks like that would be the type of helicopter that would cover up a house like this. But it's perfect because it's concealing the house, and this will make for a really cool grand reveal shot. While we're still here in Chat Video Pro, since I just recently sent this image, you can actually just pull it right back into the chat like that. You can also use the frame capture button like we did before to bring in the shot from Premiere. And let's bring in the helicopter shot. And if we go to the video models, you'll see that some different options have appeared. We have the Google models, which allow you to do transitions here, and the Kling models. And the new Kling V3 just dropped. So I think let's go ahead and make it with this Kling version 3 model. And when you click it, you'll see the UI transform into this transition mode. And by clicking this button, you'll be able to switch between what's the start frame and what's the end frame. And so the AI is going to come up with the video to get from the start frame to the end frame. And there's this new elements feature where if you have a subject like a character or a house or something like that, you can actually add reference images for that subject to keep the character consistent across the video. But in this case, let's just keep it simple with the start and the end frame, and let's describe the action that we're going for. Different models have different controls. With the Kling model here, you can control the duration. This is going to be how long the video transition is going to be. So you can make it anywhere from 3 up to 15 seconds long. You can also choose if the video comes with native audio generation, which is pretty cool. You can have sound effects baked in, and you can choose between the Pro and Standard if you want high quality. It's going to be a little bit slower, or faster and cheaper. There's also a new multi-shot mode, which we won't get into too deep in this video, but it allows you to direct your scene, and you can build out different scenes with different times and really control the generations output. For this, let's just keep it simple with the start and end frame, and let's describe what the transition should look like. The helicopter flies up, taking the tarp with it, revealing the house. So while this is generating, let me show you a couple other examples of how we can use transitions to get some really cool effects in real life projects. Another use case is this product video that we shot. We filmed these guys in the studio showing off these different outfits, and then we seamlessly transitioned from that into a lifestyle shot of him jumping out of a helicopter. So as you can see here, he's checking out the helmet, and then before you know it, he's jumping out of a helicopter. So that's a really cool use case as well. All right, it looks like our video has been generated, so let's check it out and see how it looks. Wow, so flawless execution from Kling there, and the sound effects really help sell the effect as well. This is something that if you deliver to your clients, you're going to really impress them, and you're going to help them get a lot of traction on social media. In fact, we did this exact effect for our client, and as you can see, this is the original video right here. So it's them in front of the house. Not much is happening. This might not be a very engaging video by itself, but we were able to enhance it with that exact same effect. And by having it inside Premiere Pro, we were able to use the object masking tool to rotoscope the characters and put them in front of the house. So as you can see here, they're in front of the house, the helicopter is hovering with it being revealed, and it's building up that anticipation to the grand reveal here. And this video is actually performing already well on their social accounts. So this is just one idea of how to use transitions, whether you're animating an image or you're transitioning two scenes to tell a story better. You can create hyperlapses, day to night transitions, all kinds of stuff. So your creativity really becomes the limitation here. Now I'm gonna show you workflow number 4, and that's how to upscale your AI generated or your source clips to a higher resolution. So Chat Video Pro supports up to 8K upscaling, and let me show you exactly how to do that. We have our generated clip that we just made here with the chopper revealing the house. And if you see here, there's this button that you can click, and you can see upscale video. And if you click this, it brings you to this upscale video model where you can choose between a couple of these different upscale models, Bria, Topaz, and Flash VSR. Each one has their own settings. As you can see, the output, you can choose between H.264, H.265. Some of them allow you to customize the resolution scale depending on how big the source image is. If it's 720, you can go up to 2 or 4x on some of these models, and Bria gives you the most amount of controls here. As you can see, all these different output formats. You can go as a GIF or a MOV, or even a ProRes, which is going to be the easiest to edit with if you're going up to 8K. So for this one, the video was already 1080, so I think Topaz would be really good and really fast as well. And as you can see, it'll start the upscale video right here. And the best thing about it is, as this is working, I can minimize it here and just get right back to work. All right, the generation is back. Let's go ahead and download this and compare it to our original clip. Wow, and as you can see, there's so much more sharpness here on the upscaled version. So there's the chopper. That's a pretty big difference. Just the whole thing just looks like it's a lot sharper and a lot more production ready or higher quality for your clients as well. To upscale that clip, it only costs this much. Another cool thing you can do with upscaling is not only can you upscale your generated AI videos, you can also upscale your source clips. Like in this example here, I have this boat shot, and this was actually shot on our drone. You can click the clips import button, and now that it's here inside, you can change the model here. You'll see that a couple of them are grayed out because it's already a high resolution clip. This is a 5K drone clip, but with Bria, it does support up to 8K resolution. If you click that, you can see the different options that you'll have available as well. And another thing, if you click this little edit button, it actually opens up the advanced mode, which is just another way to see the information. You can see the resolution that you'll be getting here, change your models, and customize the output. What's neat about this workflow is you could generate your video here, and if you don't like it, you can regenerate and do everything from inside this timeline here and compare the outputs. So let's generate this one. So we wanted to break down the core 4 workflows to get you a lot of value when using Chat Video Pro, but we've only begun to scratch the surface of what this tool is capable of. There's so many other things that we didn't have time to cover in this video, like background removal, color grading assistant, the brand voice, creating SEO copy for all of your content, and so much more. We have a full playlist on our YouTube channel that you can check out, and it goes deep dive into each one of these features so you can optimize your workflow, cancel your subscriptions, and start creating more with Chat Video Pro.
Pro. All right, our generation's back. And the cool thing about generating in this modal, you can quickly see before and after, but whenever you're ready to go, you can just click done and it'll pop right in so you can download it. So yeah, as you can see here, it basically smoothed it out, got rid of any noise and sharpened up some areas to basically increase the resolution up to 8K. So whether you need to increase the resolution of your generated clip or you need to increase the resolution of your source clip, you can do both right inside of Premiere Pro now with Chat Video Pro, and it can work while you work, which is really cool.
And if you ever have any questions on how to use Chat Video Pro in the most efficient way, just ask Chat Video Pro how to use it. It literally is the super intelligence. It's powered by large language models, and it can help you workflow and troubleshoot any of your issues. As well, there's a tutorial wizard inside Chat Video Pro that can take you step by step on how to execute these workflows and how to get the best outputs. If you want to learn more, make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned for Chat Video Pro updates. Comment on any of our YouTube or Instagram posts if you want to see a feature included. We can do community votes. We want this tool to be for creators by creators. So if you have a recommendation, we take it very seriously and we want to make it to where everybody's involved. This is a collective vision to making Chat Video Pro the best it can be.